Hey everyone and welcome to my channel. I hope that you are all good. So today is just a little mini video, but I'm going to be showing you this gorgeous autumnal ombre. I absolutely loved how this turned out, so I hope you guys enjoy watching. I'm going to be starting off with the gorgeous CJP Copper penny again. You've probably seen this pop up on my channel in my last couple of videos. I absolutely love this colour and I haven't put it in an ombre before, so I wanted to see how that would go before doing it in a full set. So sometimes if I haven't done something before, I'll just have a little play around, like do a little display tip like this just as a practice. So that then when I do a set on myself or a full set with it, I kind of know what I'm doing, if that makes sense. But anyway, I'm doing an ombre, so I've started off by placing down that colour and blending it out at the back slightly, and then I'm pulling that colour down towards the free edge. Copper penny, it's such a rich shimmery colour. I work quite wet with it and I keep it quite thin because it is so highly pigmented. You don't need a lot, a little does go a long way. And then I'm going to allow that to set, and then I'm going to come in and finish off the ombre with CJP Peach Sorbet. I felt like this one would go the nicest with the copper out of all of the core colours I have from CJP. So to start off with, I'm going to apply my first bead of Peach Sorbet right where that copper penny finishes. I'm just going to place that down, tap it up into place a little, and then blend it down. This is quite a small, medium to wet bead because I'm just putting this one down just to see how well it blends over the colour. And then I'm going to come in with my cuticle bead. So I'm tapping that up into place at the cuticle area and then blending that over the previous bead of acrylic. Again, this is quite a medium to wet consistency bead because I want to work quite thin and I wasn't sure how well it was going to cover over the copper penny. So I decided to work with a more medium to wet consistency so I could work in thin layers. But I'm pretty sure this would also work well with a drier bead. And you'd have to do less layers, but this, like I said, because I was just playing around and seeing how well the colours would work together, I was just trying out different ways of doing it really. So as you can see, I keep my brush quite wet with monomer and I'm always blending over it. If I feel that I've taken the peach too far over the copper, I'll just use a little bit of monomer on my brush to clean that up like you see there. And then I wasn't 100% happy with the ombre, so I just come in with another small bead at the side there, blended it back so it blends in with that previous bead of acrylic, and then blended it down. Trying to keep my application as neat as possible. I was really pleased with how this ombre looked, but because I was doing a video, I decided I would come in with a bit of glitter, and also because it's an autumn design and I just feel as though they always need that little bit of sparkle. It just works perfectly with the colours and the season. So I'm coming in with just a small amount of glitter, just swooshing it across that fade. This particular glitter mix is one of my favourite autumn mixes, but unfortunately it's no longer available to purchase, so I can't leave a link to this one in the description box below, but I am going to look for something similar, and if I do find anything similar I will let you guys know because it's so stunning. It's got gorgeous greens, orange, coppers, it's got some matte pieces in there as well. It's just an absolutely beautiful mix, and I applied that just using a small wet bead of my CJP crystal glass, and that is also what I'm going to use here to encapsulate the entire design. So I always work slightly wetter when I'm encapsulating. So I burp my brush to begin with to make sure I get out any bubbles. And then I'm placing that bead down roughly halfway to 3/4 of the way down the nail, blended out the back of it ever so slightly. And then I'm just walking it down towards that free edge just to make sure that all that glitter is encapsulated. We don't need a huge amount of glitter right at the very tip because we don't need that to be super thick. And then I'm just going to work my way up the nail. So again, as you can see, I always blend out the back of the bead so that the next bead can flow nicely over the top. And then I'm just bringing the top of that bead down over the previous bead, leaving the bulk of it where I placed it. And then I'm going to come in with the cuticle and apex bead. So because Peach Sorbet is a core powder, it doesn't need a lot of product here to encapsulate at that cuticle area. So I'm just blending it back slightly, again leaving the bulk of the product where I've placed it because that's where I want my apex to be. And then just blending it all, trying to get it all as smooth and as seamless as possible. I then went off camera, filed, buffed and cleaned away all of the dust. I didn't leave the filing in because in all honesty, I find these tips so fiddly to file. But we're now ready to come in and top coat. I'm going to be top coating with my CJP Tack Free Top Gloss. So I'm going to apply a nice generous layer of this to all of the nail. And this is where it just comes to life. It's such a beautiful nail. I love autumn designs and I love Copper Penny at the moment. I feel like I'm using it so much, but it's because I absolutely love it, and I love how it worked against the Peach Sorbet. And then I popped that into cure for 60 seconds, and this is the finished result. I hope you all enjoyed watching. If you did, then please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you aren't already, and I shall hopefully see you all again in the next video. Lots of love. Bye bye.